Fellas, if you've got a jar of old change sitting around, you might want to start digging through it right now, because there's a 1995 D Washington quarter out there worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A single 25-cent coin that could make you a millionaire. But what makes this coin so insanely valuable? And more importantly, could you be holding one right now? Stick with me, because we're about to dive into the secrets of the 1995 D Washington quarter, how to spot the rare one, and what you need to do if you find one in your pocket change. Let's get into it. Now, before we start tearing apart every quarter in sight, let's take a quick trip back to 1995. The Denver Mint pumped out over 1.1 billion Washington quarters that year. Yeah, billion with a B. So you might be wondering, how in the world can a coin from that year be worth over $1 million? Well, here's where things get interesting. Like all coins, not every 1995 D quarter was made perfectly. Some had errors, some had misprints, and some were struck in ways that make them one-of-a-kind collectibles today. And that, my friends, is what makes this particular coin so rare. So, let's break it down. Why is this 1995 D quarter so valuable? This isn't just any regular quarter. The $1 million version of this coin has a dramatic, high-grade minting error. We're talking double die obverse, full steps, or even a rare off-metal strike. If your quarter has any of these unique features, it could be worth a fortune. Mint condition and grading. Condition is everything in the coin world. A worn-out quarter? Probably worth just face value. But a 1995 D quarter graded MS68 or higher by PCGS or NGC. That's where the big bucks start rolling in. Only a handful of these have ever been found in top condition, which is why collectors are willing to shell out millions for the best one. Collector demand. This isn't just about rarity. High-end collectors and wealthy investors are always looking for trophy coins. And when a rare error quarter like this comes up for sale, the competition is fierce. That's why one of these bad boys just sold for $1.6 million at auction. Alright, so now the big question. How do you know if you've got the $1 million quarter? Here's what you need to do. Check the mint mark. Make sure your coin has a small D mint mark located just below Washington's ponytail on the obverse head side. If there's no D, then it's from Philadelphia, and not the rare one we're looking for. Moneymakers are those with doubling on the letters, date, or Washington's face. If you see a slight doubling effect, bingo! You might have something valuable. Inspect the condition. The cleaner and shinier, the better. Coins in mint state, MS. Condition are where the real money is. Get a magnifying glass and look for sharp details. If your quarter is heavily scratched or worn, it's probably not worth much. Weigh it. Some ultra-rare 1995 D quarters were struck on the wrong metal planchet. If yours is lighter or heavier than 5.67 grams, you might be holding something incredibly rare. Get it graded. If you think your quarter has potential, don't guess. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate it and assign it a grade, which can mean the difference between a few bucks and a life-changing payday. Now, let me tell you about some of the biggest finds out there. Not too long ago, a coin collector at a flea market bought a roll of quarters for face value, $10 for 40 coins. Buried in that roll was a 1995 D quarter with a rare double die obverse error. He sent it in for grading, and guess what? It sold at auction for over $80,000. Then there's the Holy Grail, the MS68 grade 1995 D quarter with a unique minting error. This one hit the market and blew everyone's minds, selling for a record-breaking $1.6 million. That's right, a single 25-cent coin made someone a millionaire overnight. So, where can you find these potentially valuable 1995 D quarters? Pocket change. Check your quarters before spending them. You never know what's lurking in your spare change. Coin rolls from banks. Go to your local bank and ask for quarter rolls. Searching through these can be a goldmine. Estate sales and flea markets. Older collections often have hidden treasures that people overlook. Online auctions and coin dealers. Sometimes, people don't realize what they have and sell rare coins for cheap. Keep an eye out. Alright, now that you know what to look for, it's time to start searching. Go through your loose change, check those old coin jars, and maybe even grab some quarter rolls from the bank. Who knows? You could be holding the next $1 million coin right now. And if you find something interesting, drop a comment below and let me know. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more coin collecting tips and rare coin discoveries. We've got more hidden treasure stories coming your way, so stay tuned. Imagine walking into a gas station, handing over a simple 1994p Washington quarter, and later finding out you just spent a coin worth $1.70 million. Sounds crazy, right? Well, today, we're diving deep into the shocking world of rare quarters and uncovering why some 1994p Washington quarters are fetching life-changing money. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to check your own quarters, and how you could turn pocket change into a fortune. Now, before we jump into the specifics of the 1994p quarter, let's talk about why some coins become insanely valuable while others are worth just 25 cents. When the US Mint makes a mistake, collectors go crazy. Low population and high grades. The fewer high-quality examples of a coin, the more valuable it becomes. Demand? If collectors want it, the price skyrockets. And guess what? The 1994p quarter we're talking about today checks all those boxes. The 1994p Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, which you can tell by the small P mint mark on the front, right next to George Washington's ponytail. Over 825 million of these quarters were made that year. So, how can one of them be worth $1.7 million? That's what we're about to uncover. The record-breaking $1.7 million 1994p quarter wasn't just any ordinary quarter. It had a rare, dramatic mint error that collectors had never seen before. The coin was struck not once but twice, and the second strike was way off center, creating a mind-blowing design shift. Despite the error, both strikes had incredibly sharp details, making it one of a kind. This coin was in nearly flawless condition, graded MS68 Plus by PCGS, one of the highest grades ever seen for this quarter. Because of these factors, when this coin hit the auction block, collectors went wild, driving the price up to an unbelievable $1.70 million. Now, you're probably wondering, could you have a fortune sitting in your pocket? Look for the P mint mark. If it doesn't have the P, it's not the one. Inspect for errors. Check for anything unusual, double strikes, off-center designs, or missing details. Check the condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins with sharp details and no major scratches are worth grading. Use a magnifying glass. Sometimes, errors are tiny and hard to see with the naked eye. If you spot anything odd, don't spend that quarter yet. It might be worth more than you think. Now, even if you don't have the $1.7 million quarter, don't be discouraged. There are other valuable 1994p quarters you should look out for. High-grade regular quarters can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars. These coins have ghostly images from other designs pressed into them, worth anywhere from $50 to $500. Depending on how dramatic the error is, these can be worth $100 to $5,000. So, you think you have a valuable quarter? Here's where to cash in. Find a reputable dealer who knows their stuff. Sites like eBay and heritage auctions can attract serious collectors. Coin shows. Get your coin in front of buyers willing to pay top dollar. Grading services. Consider sending your coin to PCGS or NGC to get a professional grade. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and this $1.7 million quarter proves that hidden treasure can be right in your spare change. So, next time you get a 1994p Washington quarter in your change, don't just toss it aside. Check it carefully. You might be holding the next $1 million coin. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with your friends. Because who knows? Someone you know might have a $1.7 million quarter sitting in their pocket right now. What if I told you that a simple 1986p Washington quarter, the kind you might have in your pocket right now, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But trust me, this isn't some wild fairy tale. It's real, and today, we're diving deep into the mystery, the history, and the big money behind this incredible coin. So, grab your magnifying glass and a cup of coffee, because you do not want to miss this one. And hey, if you love discovering valuable coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because I've got plenty more treasure hunting tips coming your way. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1986p Washington quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and like most quarters, it features the classic design of George Washington on the obverse and the majestic bald eagle on the reverse. Now, here's the kicker. Millions of these coins were made. Exactly 551,199,000 to be precise. So you might be wondering, what makes one of them worth nearly $2 million? The answer lies in a combination of minting errors, rarity, and collector demand. Not every 1986p quarter is valuable. Most are only worth their face value. But a select few have extraordinary errors or special features that make them worth a fortune. One of the most famous error types in this series is the off-center strike, where the design isn't properly aligned. Another rare error is the double die obverse, where parts of Washington's face or the lettering appear doubled. And let's not forget about the missing clad layer, which gives the coin a unique coppery appearance. But the real million-dollar jackpot, that comes from an ultra-rare die variety that collectors have been searching for, the misaligned mint mark with a deep cameo finish. This is the one that fetched the record-breaking $1.8 million at auction. Alright, so how do you know if you're sitting on a fortune? The valuable variety has a misaligned PE mint mark, positioned slightly higher or lower than normal. Grab a magnifying glass and inspect it carefully. Look for a deep cameo finish. If your quarter has an extremely reflective background with frosted details, that's a huge sign you might have something rare. Check for errors. Does the design look doubled? Is there a strange missing layer of metal? Any of these could skyrocket the value. A coin in top-tier condition, mint state 67 or higher, is what brings in the big bucks. Even small imperfections can drop the value significantly. Now, let's talk about what everyone wants to know, money. While most 1986p quarters are only worth a few cents over face value, a high-grade specimen without errors can sell for $50 to $200. Coins with minor errors go for $500 to $5,000, depending on demand. But if you're one of the lucky few holding the ultra-rare misaligned mint mark deep cameo variety, you could be looking at life-changing money. The last known sale of one of these quarters was at a major auction, and it shattered records at $1.80 million. So, let's say you think you've got one of these rare quarters. What's next? Here's how to turn that pocket change into serious cash. Get it graded. Send your coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity. Check auction houses. High-value coins do best at big-name auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Avoid pawn shops. They'll likely lowball you. If your quarter is worth real money, don't let it go for pennies. Join coin collecting groups. Sometimes private collectors will pay even more than auction houses. So, there you have it. The incredible story of the 1986 P. Washington quarter that sold for $1.8 million. It just goes to show that treasure is still out there, hiding in plain sight. The next time you get change at the grocery store, check those quarters, because you never know when you might hit the jackpot. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and drop a comment below. What's the most valuable coin you have ever found? Imagine digging through your old coin jar and pulling out a simple 1967 Washington quarter, only to realize it's worth nearly $2 million. Sounds impossible, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the world of rare quarters, and I'll show you exactly what makes this coin so valuable. Stick around. You don't want to miss this. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we talk about coins worth serious money and collecting strategies that could turn pocket change into a fortune. If you love numismatics, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because I bring you the latest finds, values, and hidden treasures in the world of coin collecting. Now, let's talk about the 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarter. It's a common coin. Millions were made. But one of them, just one, is currently valued at $1.9 million. What makes it so special? Could you have one sitting in your collection right now? Let's break it all down. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, but in the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint was facing a serious coin shortage. People were hoarding silver coins due to rising silver prices, and to combat this, the government removed silver from quarters starting in 1965. The 1967 Washington quarter was struck in a copper-nickel composition instead of 90% silver. On top of that, in 1965, 1966, and 1967, the U.S. Mint didn't put mint marks on coins. This was done to discourage collectors from pulling them out of circulation. So, every 1967 quarter you find will not have a mint mark. But not all of them are worth a fortune. So, why is one specific 1967 quarter valued at nearly $2 million? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and an extremely unusual mint error. First, this coin is believed to be a special mint strike, meaning it was made with extra care and a special finish. These special strikes were not meant for circulation, but somehow, this one made its way out of the mint. Second, the coin is in nearly perfect condition. It has been graded at an exceptionally high level, making it one of the finest known examples. Coins in this condition are incredibly rare because most circulated quarters get scratched, worn down, and damaged over time. And third, this specific quarter has a unique error that sets it apart. Some experts believe it could have been struck on a leftover silver planchet from 1964, which would make it even rarer. Others suggest it may have a unique die variety or doubling that makes it a one-of-a-kind piece. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these valuable quarters? If your 1967 quarter looks brand new, with almost no scratches, you might have something special. The higher the grade, the more valuable it is. Characteristics: these have a sharper, more detailed design and a slightly different luster than regular coins. Check for errors. Mint errors, like double strikes, off-center strikes, or planchet mistakes, can significantly increase a coin's value. Get it graded. If you think your coin looks unusual, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can certify its authenticity and grade, which determines its true market value. Even if you don't have the $1 million quarter, don't worry. There are still some valuable 1967 quarters out there. A high-grade 1967 quarter with a special mint strike can sell for thousands of dollars. Some error coins, like double dies or misstrikes, have sold for several hundred to several $1,000s. Even regular 1967 quarters in excellent condition can be worth more than face value to collectors. Right now, coin collecting is hotter than ever. The demand for rare and high-grade coins is driving prices up, and collectors are willing to pay big bucks for the rarest finds. This is why the 1967 quarter has reached a jaw-dropping value of $1.9 million. If you have a high-quality quarter from this year, now might be the perfect time to get it appraised.so. Do you have a valuable 1967 Washington quarter hiding in your collection? It's always worth checking because you never know what you might find. Remember, coin collecting is all about patience, knowledge, and a little bit of luck. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on rare coins and coin collecting tips. Drop a comment below if you have any 1967 quarters. I'd love to hear your stories. Alright, folks, hold on to your hats because this is big. Imagine digging through your pocket change, flipping through an old coin collection, or even cashing in that dusty jar of quarters on your dresser, and suddenly BM. You find a simple 1999 New Jersey State quarter worth a whopping $1 million. Yeah, you heard that right. $1 million. Sounds unbelievable? Well, stick around, because today, we're breaking down exactly why this quarter is so valuable, how to tell if you've got one, and where you can sell it for top dollar. You do not want to miss this. Alright, let's rewind to 1999, the year Y2K had everyone hoarding canned food. Napster was changing the way we listen to music, and the U.S. Mint launched the State Quarters program. The New Jersey State Quarter was one of the first designs released, featuring George Washington and his troops crossing the Delaware River. The Denver Mint, that's the D Mint mark, produced millions of these coins. But here's the catch. Not all of them were created equal. Most 1999 New Jersey quarters are only worth face value, but a tiny handful have an ultra-rare error that makes them worth life-changing money. So what's the big deal? Why is this quarter worth $1 million while the rest are just pocket change? It all comes down to a super rare minting error that only a few coins have. We're talking about double dies. This happens when the coin's design is stamped twice, slightly offset. Look at the lettering, Washington's face, or the Delaware crossing details. If they look doubled, you might be sitting on gold, off-center strikes. If the design looks lopsided or incomplete, that's another clue that your coin could be valuable. Wrong planchet error. Some of these 1999 New Jersey quarters were accidentally struck on the wrong type of metal. If your quarter looks different, maybe a little too shiny or oddly colored, you need to check its weight. Now, here's the kicker. Only a few of these error coins have been found, and collectors are willing to drop serious money on them. The most recent sale? A verified 1999 New Jersey quarter with a dramatic double die error sold for a jaw-dropping $1 million. Alright, now you're probably itching to grab a magnifying glass and start hunting through your spare change. So, here's a step-by-step guide to see if your quarter is the jackpot coin. Flip the coin over and look for the little D under. In God we trust. If it's a P Philadelphia Mint, sorry, you're out of luck. But if it's a D, you're still in the game. Inspect for doubling. Use a magnifying glass to check the words E pluribus unum and New Jersey. If they look slightly doubled, you might have a rare double die. A normal quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, it might be a wrong planchet error. Look at the edges. A rare error coin might have missing ridges or an odd coloring along the rim. If your coin checks any of these boxes, it's time to get it authenticated. Now, if you do find one of these rare quarters, don't just list it on eBay for $50. You need to get it professionally graded. Send it to a grading service, PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, will officially verify your coin's authenticity. Get in touch with major auction houses. Places like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers regularly sell rare coins for record-breaking prices. Connect with serious collectors. There are online coin forums and Facebook groups full of collectors desperate to get their hands on rare errors.so. There you have it. That little 1999 New Jersey quarter sitting in your change jar could be worth a fortune. All it takes is a sharp eye, a little patience, and the right connections. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you checked your quarters yet? Let me know in the comments if you found anything interesting. And if you do hit the jackpot, don't forget who told you about it. Hit the like button if you love talking rare coins, subscribe if you want to see more crazy valuable finds, and share this with a friend who might have a fortune hiding in their pocket. Imagine digging through your pocket change and finding a single quarter, just one, that could change your life forever. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, buckle up, because today, we're talking about the 1965 no-mint Mark Washington quarter that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. You might be thinking, hold on, aren't 1965 quarters just regular old coins? Yes, most of them are, but a few rare ones were struck on silver planchets instead of the standard copper-nickel ones. And that mistake? It made them some of the rarest and most valuable quarters in the world. So, let's break it all down. How did this happen? What makes this coin so special? And most importantly, how can you find one? A costly mistake that created a fortune in 1965. The U.S. Mint made a huge change. Silver coins were being phased out, and the government switched to a cheaper copper-nickel blend. But during that transition, a small number of 1965 Washington quarters were accidentally struck on leftover 90% silver planchets from 1964. These silver planchets should have been melted down, but somehow, they slipped through the cracks. The result? A rare and highly sought-after coin that collectors will pay insane amounts of money for today. At first glance, a 1965 no-mint Mark Washington quarter looks just like any other quarter from that year. But there's one big difference: it weighs more. A regular 1965 quarter, made from copper and nickel, weighs 5.67 grams. But if you happen to have one of these rare silver quarters, it'll weigh 6.25 grams. Use a scale. If your 1965 quarter weighs more than 5.67 grams, you might have a silver one. Check the edge. Regular quarters from 1965 have a copper-colored band along the edge. A silver quarter won't have that. Listen to the sound. Drop it on a hard surface next to a regular quarter. Silver coins have a distinct, high-pitched ringing sound. If your quarter passes these tests, congratulations. You might be holding a life-changing coin. The record-breaking $1.1 million sale now. Let's talk about the real reason we're all here: the insane price tag. In recent years, collectors have been willing to pay top dollar for rare 1965 silver quarters, with one selling for an astonishing $1.1 million at auction. Why so much? Because this coin is practically a myth. Collectors love rare coins, and when you combine rarity, historical significance, and a high-grade condition, the price skyrockets. But here's the thing: there could still be more of these out there. It's entirely possible. These coins were never meant to exist, and they weren't specifically collected at the time. That means some could still be floating around in old collections, coin jars, or even hidden in plain sight. If you have old rolls of quarters, or you inherited a coin collection from a grandparent, now is the time to check. Grab a scale, inspect the edges, and see if you just hit the jackpot. How to sell a rare 1965 silver quarter. Let's say you find one. What next? You'll want to get it professionally graded and authenticated by a service like PCGS or NGC. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins graded MS65 or higher, meaning almost nowhere, command the highest prices. After that, you can sell it through major auction houses, rare coin dealers, or even online marketplaces, but always use a trusted source. Even if you don't find a silver one, some regular 1965 quarters can still be valuable. If you have one in pristine condition, graded MS-66 or MS-67, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Plus, error coins from 1965, like off-center strikes, double dies, or misprints, can also fetch big money. So don't overlook any odd-looking quarters in your collection. This is why coin collecting is so exciting. A simple, ordinary-looking quarter from 1965 could turn out to be one of the rarest coins in existence. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. So check your pocket change, dig through those old coin jars, and who knows, you could be the next person to cash in on $1 million mistake. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever found a rare coin in your change?